decided that it was time to get serious about their education. They gathered in a cozy living room, complete with cat-sized desks, tiny books, and, of course, a laser pointer for motivation. The leader of the group, Professor Whiskers, stood at the front wearing a pair of tiny spectacles. He cleared his throat. "Class, today we'll be studying the science of the perfect nap." The class was made up of a variety of cats. Tabby, who always dozed off before the lecture even began. Mittens, who was more interested in chasing the laser pointer than studying. And Snowball, who constantly knocked things off the desk just to see them fall. Professor Whiskers began to explain the importance of finding the warmest sunspot for optimal napping. He drew a diagram on the chalkboard, but Mittens was too busy batting at the chalk as it moved. Tabby yawned loudly and curled up in her seat, already half asleep. "Snowball, please refrain from knocking over your ink pot," Professor Whiskers said sternly as Snowball pushed the pot closer to the edge of the desk with a mischievous paw. Just as Professor Whiskers was about to continue his lecture, the door burst open, and in strutted Sir Fluffington, the laziest cat in the neighborhood. "What are you all doing?" he asked, eyeing the tiny desks with disdain. "We're studying the science of napping," said Professor Whiskers proudly. Sir Fluffington let out a loud laugh. "Why study it when you can just do it?" With that, Sir Fluffington flopped onto the floor, stretched out, and began purring loudly. The other cats, inspired by his wisdom, abandoned their desks and joined him in a giant, warm, fluffy pile. Professor Whiskers sighed, adjusting his glasses. "Class dismissed," he muttered before joining the nap pile himself. After all, there's no better way to study napping than by napping.